These are known as nouns. Okay, I hope you all know about this. You must have studied in your lower classes. So what is a noun? A noun is a word that names a person, a place, a thing, or an idea. You all must be knowing what is a noun. But today we will see the different types of nouns. Okay. So let us see the different types of nouns. First is the proper noun. What is a proper noun? A proper noun is a name that identifies a particular person, place, or thing. That means when we give a person, place, a specific name, when we specific name, it is known as a proper noun. For example, all the names of you students like Arnav, Iram, Tanishka, Omkar, what are these? All these, we call these as proper nouns. Okay, that is when we refer a particular person or place. Okay, they are known as proper noun. For example, here you can see Stephen is the name of a boy. Africa, London, name of countries. Monday is a particular day of a week, and all improper nouns, all proper nouns begins with a capital letter. Okay, you should remember this. Now, for example, here you can see I have a dog. His name is Pluto. What is a proper noun? Will tell me through the chat box. Let me unmute and ask. Snehal. Tanishka.
Yes, teacher.
What is the proper noun here?
Pluto is a noun.
Pluto the proper noun?
Yes, teacher.
Why? Can you tell me? Why is Pluto the proper noun?
Teacher, because it has a particular name.
Yes, because here we are specifying that the dog's name is Pluto. Now we know there are many dogs in common. Okay, but when we are giving it a name, that is when we are referring to a specific name, a specific person or an animal, it is a proper noun. So here a proper noun is Pluto. This is the first type of noun. Then, and you must always remember that a proper always begins with a capital letter. Then the next type is a common noun. Now, what is a common noun? A common noun is a noun that refers to people or things in general. That is, we call it in a common term. For example, dog, country. Now, as I said in the previous slide, we saw that there was a dog and his name is Pluto. Pluto was a proper noun. But what becomes a common boy? Sorry, this is a boy. Boy, dogs. Okay, when we are calling it in common. Now, there are many boys. Now, in the class, we say we can't name each and every boy and tell them, right? What the teacher uses the term, there are boys in the girls in the class. So teacher uses a common term. So when we use a common term to refer for things in general, it is known as a common noun. For example, country, bridge, city, universities. Okay, all these are common nouns. For example, he is a clown. They live in a city. Then we have collective noun. Now, what is a collective noun? Collective noun refers to groups of people or things. That is when we refer anyone in groups. For example, audience. Now, audience, we can't say there is one audience and two audience. What is an audience? When a group of people are sitting together, we call it an audience. And family. Family is also not just a one person. When we refer in particular, when we refer to a person or people or things in group, they are known as collective noun. For example, government, jury. For example, a bunch of flowers. We are not saying a particular flower. We're not mentioning like it is a rose. But what we are saying in general, it is a bunch of flowers. What is a bunch here? It is an example of collective noun. I hope you are clear with what is a proper noun, a common noun, and a collective noun. Now I want all of you to frame one sentence on each of the noun which we have studied till now. Chat box. Come on, quickly. Other. The next type of noun. Okay, this is example of collective noun. A class of students. The zebra strayed away from its herd. Then we have abstract noun. What is an abstract noun? An abstract noun is a noun which refers to ideas, qualities, and conditions. That is, things we cannot see or touch and which has no physical reality. It means some feelings. It does not refer to a particular idea or particular qualities. So what are the examples of abstract noun? Abstract noun means which are abstract in nature. For example, truth, danger, happiness, times, friendship, humor. Okay, these are all feelings, feelings and ideas. These are not the names of specific objects or things. Okay, yes, I'm getting replies. Happy, sad, yes, surprise. Very good. Yes, students, you all are correct. All these are example of abstract noun. Let us see a sentence. Laughter is contagious. We have to get at the truth of the matter. So here the words laughter and truth, they are abstract in nature, and hence these are examples of abstract noun. Friendship, very good, Shrishti. Very good, Tanishka. Sadness, yes. Very good, students. Students are so active. It's very nice to see this. Next. Okay, you can stop. Let us move to the next type. Next is countable noun. Now, what are countable nouns? Countable noun, just as the name suggests, the things which we can count. We can count in number. Okay, the things which we can count in number. For example, 1 apple, 2 apple, 2 pencils, 2 books. Okay, all these things we can count in numbers are countable noun. Very good. Tanishka says, I have 1 sibling. Samriddhi says, I have 3 pens. I have 2 pens. I have 3 cats. Very good, students. Yes, all these are examples of countable noun. Next. Next is the opposite of this. That is uncountable. Now, what is uncountable? Uncountable noun are the things that we cannot count in numbers. Now, when we eat food, we eat rice. The grains of rice that I'm eating 100 grains or 1000 grains. No, we cannot count these things. So those things which we cannot count in numbers are known as uncountable noun. Very good, Vedant. Say stars, hair, salt. Yes, very good. All these are examples of uncountable noun which we cannot count in number. For example, water, air, sand. Okay, all these things are uncountable nouns. Okay, so I hope you all are clear with the different types of nouns. Yes, milk. Very good, students. Now let us okay, before to the next part, let us see if you identify all the types of sentences properly. Okay, students, I will call out your names. The rest can type in the chat box. Now let's see the next part. That is singular and plural nouns. Do you all know what is the meaning of singular and plural? In the chat box, you can tell me if you know. Yes, all of you know. Very nice. Okay, for the ones who don't know, I'll explain. Now, what is singular noun? Singular, the word itself says single. When we relate to only one person or one item, it is known as a singular noun. Whereas, if the same thing I refer to more things, that is for more than one person or more than things, it is known as a plural noun. For example, book. By book, when I just mean one book. But if I say books, there are many books. So it becomes a plural form when there is more than one book. In the same way, the example of boy, boys, man, men's, girl, girls. All these things are singular. When we refer it to one person, it is known as singular. Whereas if we refer to more than one, it is known as plural. But simply we cannot say this. There are some rules for it. Okay, when we convert it from singular to plural, there are some rules which needs to be followed. Okay, let me tell you those rules. Now, the first rule. First rule. Now, it is most nouns add s to form their plural. Okay, like most of the nouns, for simple nouns like boys, we add the normal word, that normal letter, that is s. But for the nouns that end with sh, ch, x, z, or s, we add es to it. For example, let me write and show you. Here you can see the word watch. What is at the end? CH. So when there are words which end with the letter CH or SH, okay, give me a word with the which ends with the letters SH. New words, you can type in the chat box. I'll give you one example here. See, here you can see watch and brush. This ends with the word CH and SH. So when there are such letters in a word, what to make it plural form, we don't add the letter S. But what we add? ES. That becomes watches, brushes. Okay, so these are some rules which you need to follow. It's the same way, CH. Then the words which ends with X. Can you come on, give me words that ends with the letter X, X, Z, S. Crunches, very nice. Brush, box, yes, very good. So words such as box, fox, what we need to make it, to make the singular form of the noun, to make it plural, what we add the word es to it. Okay, for example, watch becomes watches, brush becomes brushes, fox becomes foxes, box becomes boxes, church becomes churches, then glass becomes glasses, gas becomes gases, branch becomes branches. Okay, these are so many examples. Yes, let me see what examples you all are giving. Yes, wash, very good. Very good, students. Yes, so you all are clear. I guess you are clear with the first rule. Then clutches, very good, Suraj. Yes. Then the second rule. What is the second rule? The nouns that end with a vowel. Now, do you all know what are vowels? Come on, which letters are called vowels? Write in the chat box. Just A, Tanishka. I want all the vowels. Quickly. Yes, Siddhi, very good. A, E, I, O, U. These are vowels. So whenever the nouns, they end with the vowels, okay, it end with a vowel plus there is a Y in the end of the word, okay? A vowel plus a Y. What we add for these words to make it a plural form, we just add the letter S. For example, let me write. Just a second, my this pen is not working. See, here you can see the word monkey. What is this? With which letter? What is the last vowel here? E plus ending with a Y. So when there are such words, we add the letter to make it plural form, we just add the letter S to this. Okay, this is the second rule. Come on, give me more examples with the nouns which ends with the vowel plus a Y. Key, keys, yes, very good. Very good, Snehal. Donkey, donkeys, yes. Yes, what else? No, who said baby, babies? No, babies, we don't use the word S. You were wrong. Yes, okay, very good. Let me tell you some words. Okay, so some examples are boy, boys, monkey, monkeys, key, keys, day, days, guy, guys, donkey, donkeys, play, plays, toy, toys. Okay, so all the words which ends with the vowel plus a Y in the end. Okay, to make it a plural form, which letter is added? The letter S. Then the next rule. What is the next rule? The next rule is the nouns which ends with a consonant plus Y. Now, what is consonant? All the letters except the vowel. Okay, A except the letters A, E, I, O, U are consonant. So, all these letters which ends with a Y. Okay, what we do? We change the Y which is in the end is changed to the letter I, and what is added to it? ES. That is IES is added instead of the letter Y. Let me give you an example. Okay, so what was the rule? If a noun ends with a consonant plus a Y, we remove the Y from it and we add IES to it. Let me give you some examples. If I say the word daisy, now in the word daisy, that is DAISY. S is a consonant and there is a Y in the end. Okay, so to make it in the plural form, we will remove the Y and we will put IES to it. Thus, daisy becomes DAISIES. Okay. Same example is for baby. Baby becomes babies. Fry becomes fries. Reply becomes replies. Pony becomes ponies. Story becomes stories. Country becomes countries. Okay. And hence you will get a lot of examples. Okay. I'm even getting many examples in the chat box. Very good. This was about the rule for a consonant plus a Y. Then the nouns that end with F or FE. Okay, listen carefully. The nouns that ends with the letter F or FE. That is in the end, if you get the letter F or FE, we change the F or FE to VES. That is the letter F or the letter FE is removed. Okay, these letters are removed and we put VES instead of it. For example, knife. Okay, what is the spelling of knife? KNIFE. Which were letters we have in the last? FE. So to make it a plural form, what I told you, we have to remove the FE. Hence, the FE is removed and knife, the plural noun of the word knife, becomes KNIFES. Okay, knives. Then for the letter thief, THIEF, what it becomes? Thieves, THIEVES. Then leaf, what leaf becomes? Leaves. Leaf, we don't put the letter S and we say leaves, right? What we use the word? Leaves, LEAVES. Okay, so remember all these rules, students. You can even take a screenshot of this. Then the next rule, the nouns which end with a vowel plus a O. Now earlier what we saw, that which ends with a vowel plus Y, we add the letter S. And again for the vowels which for the nouns which end with the vowel plus a O, we call it a we add S to it. Okay, now O is also a vowel. That means you will always get two vowels in the end. So when you get such words, to make it a plural form, what is added? Which letter is added? The letter S is added to it. For example, let me give you video. VIDEO. it has a vowel, that is E also, and plus it is ending with the letter O. So to make it a plural form, which word we add? The letter we add is S. Okay, wait, who said book? How can book be? K is not a vowel, K is a consonant. Here we are talking about vowels only. Okay, first I gave an example of a video, then we can take an example of a radio, that is R-A-D-I-O. And to make it a plural form, we just add the letter S to it, that is radio becomes radios. Then zoo, Z-O-O, okay? O is a vowel, and plus again what is the rule? We have to add O to it. O is again another vowel itself. So O plus O, that is zoo becomes zoos. For zoos, we don't put VES and IES and all, okay? So these are some rules which needs to be followed. Then the nouns that end with consonant plus O. You see the difference. When it ends with vowel plus O, we add the letter S to it. Whereas if the noun ends with a consonant plus O, consonant means the letters other than A, E, I, O, U. These are consonants. That is all your B, C, D, F and all those letters till Z. When those letters are used in a noun plus an O is added in the end, we add ES to make it a plural form. For example, hero. Okay, H-E-R-O. Here, O is added in the last, and what is R? R is a consonant. Hero, for hero, we don't just write H-E-R-O-S. To make it a plural form, what is added? The rule ES, that is hero becomes heroes. H-E-R-O-E-S. In the same way, we can take an example of a tomato. T-O-M-A-T-O. A tomato becomes a plural form by adding ES to it. T-O-M-A-T-O-E-S. We just don't add S to tomatoes to make it a plural form. But what we add ES to it. So see, these rules are very important. And if you just buy out all these rules, you can easily change the noun form from a plural noun to from a singular to a plural noun easily. Okay? Yes, let me see the chat box now. Now the next topic. The next topic is gender. Now what is a gender? A gender is a gender of a noun. It indicates whether a person or an animal that we are referring to is a male or a female. And when? Now if a noun refers to a male only, they are said to be masculine gender. Okay? What? When a noun refers to only males, that is male only, they are called to be masculine gender. Whereas if a noun refers to female only, they are said to be feminine gender. For example, prince becomes princess. Lion becomes lioness. Let us see more examples. You all must be knowing about it. Who will read this? Siddhi.
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Read the masculine and feminine gender.
Yes, teacher. Masculine, grandfather, and female, grandmother.
Yes.
Father, mother. Son, daughter. Brother, sister, husband, wife, uncle, aunt. And king, queen, hunter, huntress. Manservant,
Maid.
maidservant, priest, priestess, sharp,
Shepherd.
shepherd, shepherdess,
Shepherdess. Song.
shepherdess, stronger,
Song and songstress. Okay, so here you can see what is the masculine and feminine gender. That means now all these things like grandfather, father, son, brother, husband, uncle, priest, hunter, all these are referring to male only, and hence they are known as masculine gender. Whereas all the free words such as grandmother, mother, queen, priestess, auntie, wife, all these are referring to females only, and hence they are known as feminine gender. Okay, come on, give me more examples in the chat box.